I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Glad you're with us tonight. Let's get a look at the Big 7 stories right now. And topping the list for us, the flu. Hitting hard here in Knoxville and really around East Tennessee. We're hearing from the Knox County Health Department saying we are due now for a bad flu season. Last week we showed you a map from Walgreens, the pharmacy chain's flu index, tracking places where anti-flu prescription medications are selling fast. Our viewing area, Knoxville and the surrounding area up to northeast Kentucky, are number 2 in the country right now. Keep in mind, this map is for the week ending November 26th. That is before some people return from those Thanksgiving vacations. Now, the Knox County Health Department says Knoxville has been lucky for the past 2 years since we experienced a mild flu. Our community, not the only one feeling hard hit, though. According to the CDC, the number of flu-related hospital admissions almost doubled compared to the week before. And those experts say the flu is hitting the country a bit earlier. Peggy Davis normally gets the flu vaccine each year, but not this time around, and recently she has been in the grips of the virus. Now she can't travel to Texas for her son's Air Force boot camp graduation.
I try to be there for all of them and their achievements or what they do in their life, I try to be. But with this one, I'm like, this is going to be a hard one, a hard pill to swallow. All the other time, I've been getting it and no flu. And this time I didn't get it and there the flu. Please, 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 please get the flu shot.
Despite what Knoxville as a whole is seeing, there is some good news on the horizon. Knox County school leaders say they are not seeing a strong flu season. For more information about Walgreens Flu Index, find this story on WAT.com. There we will also have more information about what you can do to protect you and your loved ones this flu season. Our next big story for you, aftermath of a deadly camper fire. Tonight we're getting to hear from family members of the man killed. Now, Joshua Collins and Ashley Hayes say they heard a shout Friday morning. Stepping outside, they could feel the heat of the fire. The camper was a total loss, and according to Joshua and Ashley, so was their home. Collins' uncle owned the property and lived in the camper next door. His uncle and the uncle's dog were killed.
He kept to himself most of the time. He was quiet. Yeah. He liked to joke around,
He's always out walking that little dog.
He loved that dog. There was nothing salvageable from that. Unfortunately, I hate that got lost.
And the camper's so close, and they got that. The camper told him everything's going on the camper, in the house.
We left with the clothes we were wearing on our back. That's it. We couldn't, it was too dangerous to go back in the house at that time. The fire was already so out of control and already jumped to the house.
According to the fire department, investigators are working to determine a cause of the fire. Foul play is not suspected based on the preliminary investigation. Joshua and Ashley did start a GoFundMe, and we'll have a link to it at WATE.com. Next on our Big 7 list for you right now, a murder conviction. The Knox County District Attorney's Office says the woman at the center of the case killed her boyfriend over a breakup. You see her mugshot right here, Shanita Holland, convicted of first-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and making a false report. This goes back to September of 2020. We showed you the scene, Southside Flats Apartments, where police had gone to a report of a shooting. Investigators say Holland was there but denied knowing how her boyfriend, Shabaka Awolowo, was killed. Now, prosecutors say the TBI and forensic investigators were able to pull cell phone video showing Holland kicking the door down before the shooting. Holland was given a life sentence on that murder conviction, which means at least 51 years in prison before she is eligible for parole, and she still faces sentencing on the other convictions. That hearing is set for January 6th. Another big story, a missing persons case we want to get you up to date on. The last couple of hours, TBI joined in the call for the public to keep an eye out for Doyle Cockrell. The family have not seen or heard from him since November 7th. He was last seen at New Bud's Bar in White Pine. Cockrell is about 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, gray hair, blue eyes, and a gray beard. Anyone with information about where he may be is asked to contact the Hamilton County Emergency Communications District. We do have that number on your screen. You see it there, 423-585-2701. Our next big story for you, help for Knox County government workers with growing families. It comes from a new paid leave policy for new parents applying to both adoptions and births. Under the new policy, eligible workers will still get their normal pay while on maternity leave for up to 8 weeks. Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs calls the county's new policy a, quote, investment in the health and well-being of our workforce. In the past, new parents had to lean on a mix of accrued sick and annual leave time plus unpaid leave. It's that unpaid leave, the county says, that many workers had to use the majority of the time.
The minute this got out, we started receiving emails, phone calls. Everybody seems thrilled about this new policy and the impact that it could have on our employees.
Parents can still take up to 16 weeks off. They'll just have to dip into sick time and vacation time if they want to get paychecks after their 8 weeks of paid leave runs out. Another big story, whether UT's vendor Aramark will be able to keep selling beer at Neyland Stadium. A hearing officer for the City of Knoxville Beer Board moved ahead now with scheduling arguments on the case against Aramark for later this month, meaning the decision could come in February or March. The city has been asking for Aramark's beer permit to be suspended or revoked after a sting operation by police found examples of alcohol being sold to minors at UT football games this season and last season. Now, the city also claims beer was caught being sold to minors during the 2019 Garth Brooks concert.